Greetings. Hello. It's good to see y'all. It's good to be back. As always, let's see what we got. I am like exhausted. I'm about to go to sleep. I realized that upon pushing start or play or whatever live, that I'm actually tired. So I'm about to eat these chicken wings and just do what my body is saying and lay down and go to sleep. Alright, anyways, I have a fortune cookie for you, and I think we're gonna go in with we're gonna chat. Chat. Someone could be calling you for a chat. There's a chat. There's a chat. A chit chat. Chit chat. There could be something about addressing an energy that's causing delays for someone. Maybe someone's calling you and telling you like, oh, something slowed down for me, or I'm not seeing the work of my effort, and it's because there's some inconsistency in the way that someone approaches it. So like, say someone is like, oh, perfect example. You know, if you know, then you know. You know when you're on some sort of fitness journey and you don't see results very quickly. You don't see results tomorrow. But there is this idea out there that you will, right? You should be able to. It doesn't matter what you do, right? Like they'll say go paleo, go keto. And if you've been on fitness journeys, then you know what I'm talking about, because I definitely have. I finally found a regimen that actually works for me, though, that I actually like. So, but before finding a regimen that I like, there was this like, oh, I would dip into this one and that one. I would see results very quickly. Hi, good to see you. Thanks for the like. I would see results really, really quickly. And then it wasn't sustainable. So then the weight loss or the results or the progress, it wasn't sustainable either. Or I would be doing something that seemed a bit difficult and didn't seem like I was getting results, and I wasn't being patient enough with myself to see the results through with something. And so I would start, stop. And with that, I just never end up seeing like the end of something or actually seeing something into fruition. So it's that kind of energy, Lord. Maybe you're having a chit chat with someone and maybe you're bringing this to their attention. Maybe they're bringing this to your attention. Either way it goes, it seems like this is the conversation that's had about inconsistency. So your fortune cookie says... Oh, anyways, I was going to pull on two energies, which is funny. I was going to pull on two energies. So I might actually just be pulling on an actual conversation. Thank you. I appreciate it. Behavior is a mirror in which everyone shows his own image. Behavior is a mirror in which everyone shows his own image. Okay, so... with that being said, and the energy we just picked up with the consistency and that not being there in something, and so something is not being seen into reality, brought into fruition, realized, actualized, it's not being done. And it could be a behavior pattern that someone has. Maybe they come up in a non-committal or non-consistent way, which isn't necessarily a negative thing. It's just maybe they haven't, again, found the right approach or the system or routine that will work for them in order for them to show up to something consistently and see something through. With inner knowing being at the bottom of the deck, it says, I trust my inner knowing and I am at peace with myself. I create more moments of stillness and silence and listen for the truth. I am open to connecting with and listening to my gut and my heart's feelings, and I don't override them with my mind's logic. I practice meditation, prayer, and contemplation. So someone could know something about themselves in a sense. They know that they're supposed to do something, be in something, have something, whatever the case may be. This is like the energy of someone who's like, I know I'm supposed to be a millionaire. So, okay, what are we going to do to get there? It's that kind of energy. All right, let's see what we have with the first situation. It came back. The Nine of Diamonds is the first situation. Someone is having a difficulty seeing something come into fruition. I said that 1,000 times. Something is slow. I'm only going to read the playing card meanings. This doubles as tarot, but I'm only going to read the playing cards. Someone's having a hard time seeing something come in. It's like really struggling to come. It's not even a struggle. Sometimes it has to do with someone's ability to believe the thing is there in a way. Follow me. Sometimes it has to do with a person's ability to perceive what is in their face and find a solution to be able to perceive it in a positive way so that it is actualized for them, rather than it actually being a thing that they like tangibly have. For example, I want to save money. I spend the same amount of money on the same thing every day that I don't need. It's just a want. But I also want to save money. Which desire is higher, right? If I continue to spend money on the same thing that I don't need to do it every day so that I can have that thing to fulfill me in the moment, even though I know I don't need it, it will make it very difficult for me to save the money that I want to save. What's the realization? I need to make a decision of where I want to put my time, energy, and finances in order to see that bank account grow, right? That's what someone got going on right now internally. And for the other situation, the mirror, because it's a mirror situation here. What the other person is trying to reflect, oh, okay, I get it, what's going on. What the other situation or person is trying to reflect on the other one is that there is an opportunity for growth and expansion, even by surprise. They might even be coming in and trying to offer themselves as a way to say that this person has won in life. Now, it doesn't have to be, like, I know there's this idea of, like, people being the prize, who is and isn't the prize, whatever the case may be. Someone could actually be coming in as a prize to someone that they don't see, like it's in their face. It's like, hey, you got a prize in your face, but you don't see it. You have money, an abundance of money in your face, but you don't see it. You have opportunities right there for you, but you don't see it, right? And in a way, I have the energy of one person being, and they're just being, okay? In their energy or the situation, it's just being. It just is. While another one is having a more active energy in a sense. It's more active. So they're actively projecting off something onto the one who can't see. While the one who can't see is projecting back maybe an insecurity or fear of the one that's trying to give the winning. And if it's like two situations, there is something that's actively trying to come into someone's life, but they're actively rejecting it. It's like that. If it's two situations. Say it's like a job. It's like it's calling you back. Like, hey, we really want you to work with us. And then the other one is like, no. It looks kind of like hermity. The other one is like, no, I'm good on that. And it's like, I'm trying. And this one's like, nah, I'm cool. I'm good. All right. Why? What's going on with this one internally? I must admit, I don't be fucking with nobody. Oh my God. Every time I do energy for like a situation, like for two people or two things, two separate situations, I swear to you it's the same. Whoever here has watched these before, there is a workaholic who's trying to center themselves. Their work is very important to them, what they do. They're trying to cultivate something very beautiful. So they do a work that's individualized, but they feel like they don't see, maybe they don't see success in their field or something like that, or that they don't see the success that they do actually have in their field. Because if I were to switch this to tarot terms, right? I actually have someone who's extremely independent and capable, very dependable and reliable, nurturing and caring, and whatever they do for others, they are very appreciated, but someone like can't see that, right? Same as if I'm just here in the playing cards with the Queen of Diamonds. This is somebody who does a work that's individualized. They do something for, they might make money in a way that other people don't quite agree with. That's the thing. And they're just having a difficult time seeing something. Maybe their value. They're holding something in their center, though. They're at peace, but their eyes are closed. They're in a shell. Their eyes are closed. They're meditating. Their third eye is open, though, but they are at peace, though, this person. That's the thing. They are at some sort of peace. So that could be another... Imagine you come into the life of someone that's at peace and you're trying to bring them an exciting new gift. They're at peace, but you're trying to bring them something that's exciting and new. But they're at peace, Someone could be prioritizing peace over excitement in some sort of way, which is not necessarily a negative thing. However, it looks like there's some fun to be had over here. Okay. What's going on internally with the other person? There's some fun to be had. That's a lot. They're very, very, very much so trying to, they think about, first of all, whoever the other person, they think about very heavily, like a telepathic link that they have with this other person. They want them to be at well-being, and they want to have union with this person. That's what's going on. Again, this energy, if it's not a person and it's like a work, and they're like, hey, we hope you're doing well. Is everything all right? We've been thinking about you. We'd really love to work with you. That's this person's energy. They would really love to get in the energy of this Queen of Diamonds energy. Oh, and they are here to offer some sort of assistance. They also tend to take their own advice. So this is someone who's trustworthy because they trust themselves, and so others can trust them. Someone has I like their energy, honestly. I really, really do. It's very peaceful as well. They don't mean no harm for this one who is at peace. They don't. They just want to, it's like they really want to create space or room for this one to blossom in some sort of way. They're standing in this energy as well. Even though it's the Queen of Clubs, she's a tiger, and she looks kind of masculine. Like her shirt is like open, and kind of in the way that, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a bit androgynous, this energy. It's very balanced and the calm for the other person. They really are a great source of information as well. They have really good information to give and advice to give to others. They too use their intuition. They also use their intuition. They're able to see through illusions. half-truths. They know better than to accept half-truths. There's an energy of like missing, like, oh, I miss this person. There's missing this here. There's some missing. What's going on here? I feel like I'm there with someone. So this person here with the Queen of Diamonds energy is more or less experiencing uncertainty or confusion, and they might like to enter into themselves to come to understand, like to understand themselves, to understand the source of whatever the confusion for them is, the uncertainty that there is for this person. They want to know this, and so they go into their selves to get to know this. But they also tend to distract themselves perhaps with work away from situations that cause them uncertainty. There we go. This one is not quite sure about this one, and so they distract themselves with work because they're not certain. They don't see something it's very clear to me that they don't see something clearly, if that makes sense. Very clear to me that they are not seeing something clearly. They might even be perceiving or experiencing internal conflict in regards to whatever this is. They're pulled this way, that way. They might be trying to even block some sort of flow of emotion. But because the conflict, the emotion is making its way through. This person, look at this person. Okay. Somebody is at well-being, while the other one, not necessarily. Though they are attempting to take themselves there. They're doing a lot. Like as far as if they're meditating, they might even be doing that a lot. Someone is already at this space, and they're very secure in who it is that they are with this energy. And again, it gives masculine energy. It's just doubling as the Ace of Wands, but it's a lion here. It gives Leo-like energy, very confident, very strong. But the Ace of Clubs is one of balance and well-being, peace, harmony for the self. Someone already has this, and someone else also has this, but they don't necessarily feel that the energy that this one comes with reflects the peace and harmony that they've already gained for themselves. And so they've gotten themselves in a conundrum where they feel uncertain about whether or not this thing will actually be a good fit for them. Now, there's somebody is like closed off, away from the world in a sense, almost hermited in a way. And this is where they get a lot of peace and mental clarity. And for another person, they're exciting and they have a lot of, it does give spontaneity, but they have a lot of passion and drive. And so what they're bringing into this other person's life is like, hey, you've been hermited long enough. Let's go have fun. And this one is like, all you do is have fun. Let's go sit down. But either way it goes, they're both balanced and whole in themselves as they are. But it creates more of tension for the other one than the one that's more recluse and more secluded and more to themselves. They're experiencing more tension in regards to the situation than the other one. Okay, what's going on external to the Queen of Diamonds energy? I would just refer to both as the Queen of Diamonds and the Queen of Clubs, because that's who we have. That is the main energy here. The Queen of Diamonds externally is experiencing the Queen of Clubs. How? Not from internal, externally. Like not what they think or feel about, like how they're actually experiencing them as the Three of Diamonds. Okay, cool. So it's trying to work with them. See, quite literally. Like it's trying to realize a project with them. Like they're actively trying to realize a project with them. They perceive that about that person. And for whatever reason, I heard this intimidating, but it doesn't sit. It just doesn't, it's not sitting with the Queen of Diamonds. Well, it's something that's just not sitting. It's I don't get it. It's how she feels like. I don't quite. It doesn't quite. Two parts of herself are conflicting. A part of me feels that because Queen of Diamonds, right? She's individualized. She works alone. Like one of her characteristics is she does. She works for herself. She makes money for herself. She does stuff that other people don't do. Everybody, but somebody's coming in and they're like, "Hey, I want to work with you," and she's like, "But I already." Her energy is like literally, I'm already doing it. I don't know. It's like I've already done it, or what? Someone doesn't see what they could work together and bring into fruition with someone else because they are all consumed with themselves, and not in a selfish way, in a way to nurture and to protect themselves, which makes sense. Okay, the other one now, the Queen of Clubs is experiencing the Queen of Diamonds. How? There might even be there we go. Oh my God, there we go. That conversation. The first two cards that I pulled out, that's why we started it off the way we did. There we go. Inconsistent. Not there. The Queen of Diamonds is the one who is showing up inconsistently, not quite putting the effort, not quite putting the time, and somebody else is like, I want you to put the effort. I want you to put the time to work together with me. And the other one is like, I need to focus on these things that I'm growing and cultivating. And they're coming from this, they're really, really coming from a place of just wanting to have balance for themselves, honestly. They're wanting to really bring something into fruition from a healthy space. That's what they want. But they're away. They're recluse. They're not recognizing this. And they also are like not in a way, they're not honoring their emotion or their feelings about whatever it is. And this is something is a battle internally for someone in regards to this. It's a battle for someone internally. They can't see it. They just can't. They cannot. So, okay. Someone can't see something. I think I know already. Like, someone has to. This one has to tell this one, this is how I feel, this is what I want, this is where I'm coming from with this energy, this is why I want to work with you. For this is how they feel. And then, because this one is really good at growing stuff, creating stuff, making things, and making, even if it has to do with finance, they're really good at making money with the things that they do. Right? Very unique, this person. They're good at creating material. It doesn't have to be money. They could be good. They could just be good at creating material. Like they could know how to build a table or just any random thing where they can create material and they're good at it. Okay? And this is what they work on. They work on what they're good at. A part of me feels like they can't quite see their position or where they shine in a space. So they don't know their place with this thing that's trying to be built or grown. They're not sure what their place is. And this is why they are choosing, in a sense, to focus on themselves and to ignore it. But it's showing up as I'm inconsistent, I'm unreliable, I'm not committed, and they're even distracted by things. I see, like, it's a cat that's looking at a bird, but I see, like, the energy is giving dog to squirrel, like, squirrel, like, and it's, but it's purpose. Ooh, shit. It's on purpose. They are squirrel. Like their mind is like here, there, there, on purpose to distract themselves from the internal battle or struggle with the Seven of Cups. Makes sense now. What's the energy that's existing between the two? The shared energy? Oh. This is the Four of Cups as well as the Four of Hearts. Now, the Four of Hearts is the energy of betrayal. Okay? Somebody is looking back at something and they are like betrayed. And so it's like igniting negative emotions. Again, it's a mirror. So there's like, there's some negative emotions that exist between the two, but not because because there's like projected on the other one. It's the situation that creates betrayal for the both. Okay. And a part of the situation, if I say read it as a Four of Cups, it could have to do with like disinterest or not necessarily wanting to involve oneself into a situation because they feel like they have other things better to focus on. Quite literally. Someone is actively distract themselves from working together with another person to focus on other things that they feel that they could get fulfillment from so that they can, in a sense, feel whole within the self. Like, it's almost like an independence thing. It's like, it's because the nine of diamonds is also the Nine of Pentacles too. It's an independence thing. Like, someone has an independence thing. They're like, they're independent. They really, 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 really are. Like, someone is self-sufficient. Like, I'm telling you, they can produce material. Like, they can even produce material. So there's like something where there's a person where there's nothing that someone can't do. But what they don't realize or what they don't see is that there is something that someone could bring that they don't have. They're not quite seeing that part. It's like, and it would be something that they actually enjoyed having as well. It would be like a surprise for them, but they're not perceiving it. What's going on consciously for this one? With all this energy out here, what's going on consciously for the Queen of Diamonds? This is a Jack. She's focusing on the fact that a new beginning is getting ready to start in some sort of way. It might require some sly behavior. There's something cunning. This card is hard to look at because it's a fox both ways. Okay. They're focused on it's as if they're seeing something as above, so below, but they're seeing something from this angle that allows them to get like a view. It's real psychedelic and it's trippy to look at. It's hard to look at, but someone's becoming aware. That's basically what's going on. They're becoming aware, and it's almost sly though. It's like either it's right under their nose and they're seeing it, or they're getting ready to transform something about themselves, and it's going to be right under everyone's nose. It's going to come, the transformation is going to be one that, I don't know, it's hard to explain. This transformation is going to be one where people don't, I got to turn the card over, it's making me dizzy. People don't quite understand how that person got there from there. Like, they're not going to, it's going to be like overnight or a quick turnaround or something. They're not going to understand how that person just downloaded or just got this. They acquire some knowledge. I kid you not. The way this person meditates, they don't meditate alone so goddamn much. They acquire some sort of knowledge that comes into their conscious field that is allowing them to completely shift or change the way something was happening or going on for them. It's quite interesting, to say the least. The Queen of Diamonds is consciously focusing on the transformation of, like, from this space of things being very burdensome or difficult for them, even with the it doubles the 10 of Wands, right? But being difficult for them and them being victorious over the energy. They're about to victoriously conquer an energy and obtain well-being that would project outwardly. It's not just an internal well-being for them anymore. They're going to experience that same well-being from the outside as well. Be consciously focusing on this thing. It's bringing it into fruition. It's going on for the Queen of Clubs consciously. The Ace of Diamonds. Ooh wee. The Queen of Clubs over here is in really great energy. Not that the Queen of Diamonds is in bad energy or anything, but the Queen of Clubs is in really, really sweet ass energy. She's attracting in even finances. Like, if it's not finances, like literally attracting in material. Maybe it's once this person changes, they bring this Ace of Diamonds to this one. And this one in return brings some sort of... They also reflect the peace of well-being. It's so odd, but that's exactly... They reflect the peace, the well-being back to this person. That's what's allowing them to see something in the physical. And then this person is finally letting, almost like blessing this one with the gift of them, in a sense, and it brings in finances and success for somebody. It might even just be like energetically, this one comes into this one's life after they realize this thing and they drop the burden. This one comes into this one's life, and the thing that they've been trying to manifest or something is with this one, and the one that this one's trying to manifest is with that one. And the reason that they will feel betrayal is because they're separated, if they're experiencing separation. But it gives, I'm experiencing separation, but not a true separation. It's more of, I'm experiencing one person. Nori, can you step back over there? Step over there. It's really pretty, Mom. Close the door, please. You don't have enough clothes on.
Why?
Because you're the one who want to walk around in your panties.
Oh, my panties.
That's fine. And you can be like that, but you can't.
Bye.
Thank you. Show my clothes on. Yeah, it does get, and there might be a progression or success that happens. I say success, but the Jack of Diamonds is one of, like, you get a call from your boss and they're like, hey, again, I really want to work with you. I really want to hire you. I want to give you a raise. I want to give you a promotion. I want this to happen. I want that to happen. And I want to take this to the next level, and, you know, something like that. All right. But yeah, I think it feels like, it really does feel as if there's like two people who are exactly what the other one needs. And there is not necessarily separation, but like a separation. It's like a separation because one is to themselves. Somebody is like really pouring a lot of energy in themselves, which lets me know someone feels like they need that. They need it. So they either feel like they need to protect themselves, keep themselves safe, or they need to pour a lot of energy into themselves and take care of themselves at the time. Whatever the case may be. But their intention is to get over whatever this energy is and come out. But it's hard. It's hard. They're consciously aware, though, that someone is trying to work with them. Okay. Someone's trying to find a solution in the subconscious. So they're trying to find a solution to feel more balanced. But a part of the thing that they're trying to find a solution is they want to make sure that they're, again, reliable and dependable person, and that they're a very stable person. Someone is trying to find it within them to create stability. They're trying to find it within to be King of Diamonds energy and not Jack of Clubs energy. Jack of Clubs is the one that's, you know, they they're fun. They're not Jack of Spades. Jack of Spades you don't trust. That's like, go ahead, take that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Take it somewhere else. Go be with someone else. Go be with a hoe. You a hoe. It's and it doesn't have to be like that, but it's a one night stand for sure. It's not something that you take serious. I don't know. But the Jack of Clubs, you could take them serious. You could see like they have potential. They definitely do. The Jack of Clubs comes up too if two people are in a relationship. Ooh. If this is an already standing relationship, then the one that's already at like some sort of well-being and has a lot of charisma and passion and is like a go-getter kind of energy, because it's giving like that with the lion and the tiger. That one thinking to themselves, because this one is quiet and in seclusion and hermit, they thinking that this one is cheating. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. They because the one of the yes they do. The other thing about the Jack of Clubs is that it's also a warning, right? It's like it could be if you're a female or female. I'll say female or feminine or whatever. If you're it's quite literally the definition, so I hope that don't offend nobody. If you're a woman and you're consulting about this, right? Then it's saying be careful of somebody that would like to come and date you because they might not really be, what I'm saying. And if for the long haul, they might be a good date night, a good fun, they might be somebody you could sleep with and or a case, or if it was to be like a job or something, then it's like, yeah, this is a job that you get for the meantime, but it's not somewhere that you try to like, definitely be looking for another job while you're here. It's that kind of energy. With be open. Just be open. Be open to things not necessarily going the way you want it with that energy. But if it's a male, then it would say that like you need to be careful because you leaving your woman out here unattended, and there's men out here that's trying to get her. It's like that. And that's the energy, right? Either way it goes, whoever the Queen of Diamonds is showing up inconsistently for the Queen of Clubs energy. So there's one of two things. The Queen of Clubs is just not sure that they can take the Queen of Diamonds seriously. If it's, okay, I'll put it this way. If this one is, because there's two queens, so, and this feels like the more masculine side. I'm just being honest. This feels like the more masculine energy. But if this is the female energy, the Queen of Clubs, if this is the woman or feminine energy in a sense, then it does not trust that the masculine energy is there to stay. If this one is the masculine energy, then it does not trust that the woman is being faithful. That's just what it is. Yeah, that's what that is. It doesn't trust that. And that's where another source of the betrayal. I keep hearing that damn meme, like the fucking song. Come to me, confess your love. Confess your love. Alright, let's see what's going on in subconscious with the Queen of Diamonds. Okie dokie. She is... again, just wanting to invest herself. I say her because, again, Queen, wanting to invest themselves into working on something and bringing it to fruition that they feel a little bit blocked about it, okay? I just need one card for that position, please. Oh, well, love is love. I typically don't just read the Ace of Hearts as love, but love is pushing someone through. That's what's happening. Love is pushing this person through a transformation, that they're experiencing, and they will. Okay, they will successfully do some sort of transformation. They intend to do it. It will be difficult, but they will do it. It's not even the energy of transformation like the Ace of Spades or like the Nine of Spades. It's like this person is coming into alignment with themselves in a deep way with the Ace of Hearts. That is the energy of like the world, or the energy of like um the Lovers. So they're making a tough decision that's going to reflect in them being triumphant, but it's pushing them through. So whatever that means, like whatever it means, I don't know quite really what it means for this situation. Whatever it is, though, it's rebirthing them in a new way, like a phoenix. It's not like transformation. It's not. It's hard to say like transformation because it almost gives the feeling. All of a sudden, it almost gives the feeling of someone overcoming tough obstacles. It's not the feeling of having gone through like a difficult time I came out a whole new person. It's more of like someone is like growing. Like it's like you plant them as a seed, they grow. They still the seed. Like the seed never stopped existing. They're still the seed. The seed just expanded. They're still the tree. The tree just bore fruit. They're still, and the fruit is still the seed, in a sense. And even those seeds is from that seed. Like they're growing. They're growing. They're growing past some sort of limitation or difficulty that they had. They're growing. This person is getting ready to grow. They're growing, like growing. I love it. They're growing. It's even more than expansion. They're branching and they're connecting. They're like connecting with all these. Their nervous system is like lit up in a positive way. It's like something is really, really good for this one, the Queen of Diamonds. So if you are the Queen of Clubs, then the Queen of Diamonds is making a really big change. And it's in the name of love, either for themselves or for somebody else. But they're making a really big change. Okay? It doesn't feel like you have to give this person space or give this person time. It doesn't, actually. It feels like you just got a trust. Is somebody from England? It feels like you just have to trust that one. You gotta trust that one. Someone gotta trust that one. Like, they're doing the right thing, that kind of energy. This one too? This one too. They're developing some sort of state of well-being. Well, here goes the Ace of Spades anyway. They're developing some sort of sense of well-being for themselves too. That is what's bringing in this finances as well. Something is changing two people. Both for the better. One like emotionally, the other like financially, it seems like, or materially. I don't know why this card is hard to look at, but this card is so hard for me to look at, y'all. This is what the Queen of Diamonds is experiencing, but I don't know why it's so hard for me to look at. Okay. Selflessness. One more. Building a strong foundation. One more. Come on. Alright. Here we go, y'all. Acceptance of self. Sexuality. Building a strong foundation. And selflessness. And the last one that was at the top that's turned over is personal power, number 3. We'll do that one. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. I'll do it. We'll do it. Let's read through them. We'll start with the top and work our way down this time. Selflessness. I am kind to all. I am aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. So we could be dealing with one of the other who is like, they don't mind helping, but they're not going to overstep their boundary, or they have like an invisible boundary, like it's something like that. They have their own reservations towards helping someone else, so they're not going to just step in and do that. But it might be time like they to switch their perspective and just actually just step in and just go where they're led to go. Acceptance of the self. It's time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. I accept myself the way that I am, and I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about life than how I feel about myself. I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. I honor what my body is asking for, and if I am unaware, I will ask myself, what can I do to be healthier and more balanced than I am now? I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what's going wrong, and I have gratitude, and I accept my life as it is now, and I move forward from here. This feels more so like it's geared towards that Queen of Diamonds energy, where she was really pouring a lot of love into the self, so that and I say she, but it could be whoever. That person is really pouring a lot of love into themselves, and trying to be there for themselves, and give and give and give to themselves. Because it could be that they're trying to learn to love themselves properly, or trying to even develop what love looks like for them, and so that they can be able to articulate that to someone else. Personal power. I choose to be myself and to express my truth. I have a positive influence on the people and the situations around me. I allow my integrity and confidence to shine, which instills more confidence and belief in myself, and then encourages others to have natural confidence in me. I do not allow my personal power to become egotistical, manipulative, or expletive. And I feel like this one is more so turned towards the other person too, where they remember I said, well, somebody was trying to figure out where they could shine as in a place. Their confidence is where they would shine. Just believing in themselves, and being there for themselves is what is needed for like another person, or for another situation. That's the thing that is needed. But it feels like the other person, right, the Queen of Clubs energy, it just really feels like this one has the ability to uplift the other one in some sort of way, and they have like the power to do so, and so they could take a shot at it. But that's just my opinion. All right, sexuality. I honor and respect my sexuality and allow the natural flow of my feelings. Someone was definitely fighting this flow here with of feelings. They weren't. Look at them. They're trying to block something that they feel. They're trying to block it. Something that they feel, and two parts of themselves are fighting. And one is, one is like, let me put it down. The other one's like, no, let it flow. And that one's like, I just want to put it. And this one's like, it's not good for the river. Like, it's like that. So with someone's sexuality, they could literally be trying to block the fact that they feel like maybe even sexual attraction. It could be LGBTQ. Could be. Someone could be literally trying to tell themselves like, no, and they do. They like, ma'am, it's okay. You're sexually attracted to that one. That's okay. You want to have sex. I feel like that. Like, so it's like, it's okay. You want to have sex with them. That's okay. That's okay. I acknowledge that my sexual thoughts and feelings will arise, and I release unnecessary guilt regarding sex. I am open to the positive sensual feelings coming to me from others. At the same time, I keep my sexual activities well directed and in balance. There is like someone has a fear that like one is promiscuous, like someone is like fearful, like, I think this one is like promiscuous, and then something like that. And I really don't see that. I actually don't. If nobody's energy gives, no one's energy is giving, because the way that it came out, the questions I asked, the way that it came out, the one that's the queen of diamonds that's having a hard time seeing something that's fighting their feelings is not. Like, I'm telling you, from energy, from who that person is not, they are not they're not even, they are scared of people down there. They're not out there with people mixing and mingling and stuff, because they have a thing to where they want to be to themselves, to work on themselves, to develop themselves, and really cultivate love and stuff within themselves. So one person is worried about that, and it's like another person is not doing that. That's that kind of feeling. And maybe that person, maybe one is like, I don't know, maybe someone's trying to practice, it gives like, maybe one is trying to be celibate or is in celibacy, and they're not wanting to give that their energy away in that kind of way, and it's not, maybe it's not clicking for the other person, or maybe something here. But hey, hey, okay. Building a strong foundation. I create stability and security by adequately providing myself with the basic needs of a healthy life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I use my creativity to build a strong foundation, as this is an essential key to my survival and growth. Somebody, I kid you not, someone can create material like no other. They can create material in their life like no other. The more inner and outer stability I have, the more grounded and fulfilling my life will become. That's, someone knows that. They understand that, and that's why they're trying to cultivate within themselves. I respect myself and take care of my body, my physical body, and by nurturing and nourishing it. And my body tells me what it needs. If someone is worried, like in this situation, I kid you not, we got one person who is worried about another person's like sexual health, who they're sharing themselves with, if they are, and like, yeah. I want another one, that's why. Personal power. I choose to be myself, to express my truth. I have a positive influence on people and the situations around me. I allow my integrity and confidence to shine, which instills more confidence and belief in myself, and then encourages others to have natural confidence in me. I do not allow my personal power to become egotistical, manipulative, or exploitive. So, it came out. That's the second time. I shuffled it and it came about again. With that being said, I hope that brought somebody some clarity. I'm so tired, y'all. Your girl is gonna catch y'all later.